Welcome back, guys and gals. Hope you've all been keeping well. Sorry I haven't put a blog out for a while, just haven't been doing a lot of fishing. I did go fishing 2 weeks ago. That was only on here, that was a social with one of my pals. So I did manage to catch one. I caught one carp, one cat. I'll put a picture up of the carp for you to have a look at if you want. So yeah, it was about 21 pound, I can't remember exactly. I also had a cat on that. Didn't bother weighing that or anything. I just landed that in the net, unhooked it, turned the net inside out and released it. I'm not messing about with them bloody things. So yeah, I've been once in 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Reason being, I've been sorting all the gear out, I'll be honest with you. Got my first ever trip abroad in 2 weeks' time, so I'm buzzing on that. So that will be blogged. Chris's Carping Adventures goes overseas. So yeah, we're going to the Champagne region. The lake, I think, is called Lac Bougard, something like that. I don't know how it's pronounced. But yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one, I hope. Hope to catch some whackers out there. So yeah, I got down here 2.5, 3 hours ago. Just got the leading rod out. The weeds got up in here ever such a lot now. I have managed to find a spot at 28 wraps. So I've clipped up all 3 rods, clipped up the spom. I've spommed out about 4 kilo. Not putting no boilie out at all on this session. This is just like a little experiment session. All I'm putting out is particle. Hopefully try and deter the cats. So I've got rubber maize on one rod. I've got a little pea-fish wafter on one rod and a little yellow pop-up, 10mm pop-up on the other rod. It's all right, the swans are going mad out there. So yeah, look out for the video that's going to be dropped in 3.5 weeks. We are out there for 7 days. All right, I'm going to get the kettle on. I'm going to have a coffee. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, not had no sleep yet. And the time, what is the time? Nearly 8 o'clock. So as you can imagine, I am absolutely knackered. So I have been in this swim before, actually. I'll turn you around so you can have a look. Literally fishing 28 wraps, the end of that tree. That's better. So yeah, I got down there, it was absolutely hammering down with rain. So I just threw the bivvy up, threw everything in the bivvy. Just done the marker work right from there. Right, I tend to be waffling a bit now. I got a mate on his way down, he's bringing me a kebab shop or chicken shop. I think it might be chicken shop actually. So yeah, get that down me, I'm gonna have a coffee. Hopefully bring you a few fish. Fishing's a bit hard at the moment. The water was clear when I was last here. The algae's come up now. And all the weed, look at the weed, can you see all the weed? If you go back to my last blog on there, this is where I was playing a fish. You could see it out there about 8 foot down. You got no chance in that now. I swapped all 3 rods there, fishing braid now, purely because of the weed. We'll see how we get on with that. Well, good morning. It's currently 7 o'clock. About an hour ago, 6 o'clock, just after 6. The left hand rod went tearing off. Managed to pick up the middle rod. Then it weeded me up. I managed to get it through the weed. It's a brilliant thing about using braid on a weedy water. You can cut through the weed. So yeah, after nip one, pearl one, I managed to land it anyway. But I did land it with the other rig still tangled up. So I sorted the fish out, then untangled all that, got them wrapped up, got them straight back out on the spot. And then obviously the next protocol for me, a cup of coffee. So I'm currently sat in the bivvy at the moment, making myself a cup of coffee. Got the rods back out on the spot. Hopefully one of them will go. Quite surprisingly, I'm fishing with particle, and I've got 3 bits of plastic maize on one. One's on a pea fish wafter, and the other one's on a 10mm yellow pop-up. It's actually the wafter that went, not the maize one. So I've rebaited that. I've got another pea fish on that, pea fish wafter dumbbell. If that goes again, well, all 3 of them are going out there on a pea fish wafter over particle. Because as I said, guys, there is no boilie in the mix. It is just purely particle mix, which I'm now getting from Carbon Baits. Big up on the Carbon Baits, boys. As you all know, I used to use Monster Particle, otherwise now known as Impact Particle. Well, I haven't got to tell you lot, it was taking weeks to be delivered. And that just ain't good enough. Nowhere near good enough. So I'll give Carbon Baits a go. Their website said 3 to 5 days. I thought, oh, here we go. Well, lo and behold, it turned up on the 5th day. And it's not delivered in a stupid cardboard box either. Every bag is individually wrapped into a parcel bag, which is APC, I think. And yeah, every bag, every single bag, I ordered 100 kilo, and every bag turned up on the 5th day. So a massive, massive big up to the Carbon Baits boys. I definitely won't be going back to Monster Particle. So anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling. I'm gonna leave the camera rolling for a bit and see if I can pick up a live take. I'm gonna sit back, watch the water, enjoy this cup of coffee. I'll catch you all in a bit when I get the fish up on the mat. Well guys, here we go. First one of the trip. So only one night so far. So I had this on the first morning. It's only a little baby one. 17 pounds. But I'll take that all day long. The conditions are quite hard, to be honest with you. The weather conditions are spot on. There's a lot of algae in the lake, and the lake's become very weedy. Makes it a bit more difficult than it was before when I was here a couple of weeks ago. But there's my first one, my first little prize. So hopefully I can capitalise on this. Keep plodding away, try and get through to some of the better ones. quickly spin it around and have a look at the other side. And I get it back. There we go. Oh, look, even putting the old dorsal up for us. He's angry. So these are obviously spawned out as well, so it's probably a 20, I don't know. But nevertheless, I'm happy. I'm on them. Right, let's get it back. Oh, he's got his dorsal up again. I do like it when they put the dorsal fin up. Right. Let's go get it back, shall we? Well, what a bloody miserable day. I'm stuck in the bivvy most of it. Managed to get a few spots out on the baited area, but nowhere near as much as I'd like to. Hoping this rain breaks, I'll be able to get a few kilo out there. Can try and get the bait in a bit tighter. Try and get the rods fishing a bit tighter. Because they were quite spread out. They're probably, I don't know, 2 rod lengths apart on each rod. I want to try and get them all within a rod length. So yeah. If anything happened, guys, I'll get the camera back on. The wind has changed direction as well, I think. It was blowing northeasterly. Looks like it might have swung around. No, it's still blowing northeasterly apparently. That's what I've got. Right, I think it's coffee o'clock. Catch you guys in a bit. Sorry about the bin behind me, but I just had another one at last knockings of light, so I quickly just going to lift it up, get the rod wrapped up and get it back out before it gets too dark. I'm not going to bother weighing it. It's only a long old cricket back common, but it's the second one of the trip. It still makes me happy. Christ, his whole body's tensing up. Pec fins and everything. So there we go. Right, let's get this one back without messing about. Get the rod wrapped up and get that back out there on the spot. Happy days, and it's still pissing down the rain. Well, literally I was putting that small cricket back common back, and I'd quickly run up the reservoir wall because my other rod went screaming off. Slightly better fish, definitely better looking. This one's weighing in at 23 pound. There she is. Banging 23 pound mirror. Thank you very much. So I've managed to get the 2 rods clipped up, so they're back out on the dance floor now. Hopefully there'll be a few more. I'm not going to put any spoms out there. I'll wait till tomorrow for that before I put any more bait out there. The sling is covered in particle, so it's definitely been on the munch. And this was taken on a pea-fish skins bottom bait with a yellow bit of plastic corn topping it off. Let's quickly have a look at the other side, shall we? There we go. There's the other side. Get to use my rhino light for the first time. Right, let's get it back and see if we can get another one. Happy days. Wow. Just landed another one. It's a common. That's currently in the sling down in the margin. The rod that I just had that on, I won't be casting that back out. I'm going to wait for daylight. Pure reason is the area that I'm fishing at 28 wraps. The area is literally the size of a bivvy. So there's no way on earth I'm going to be able to hit that spot. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for daylight to break, and then we can get that fish up and have a look at it as well. It's a common, probably just over the 20 pound mark. So yeah, unless anything else happens. Got another 2 slings with me. I always carry the same amount of slings as I have fishing rods. If I was on the water that had 4 rods, I'd have 4 slings. And I always carry 2 nets as well. So I recently brought the old bug zapper from Tracker. That's been zapping away tonight. Got the remote control version. If you do a lot of nights on the bank, especially in the summer, worth it. Like I said earlier, I'm going to France in 2 weeks, so that'll definitely be handy over there. Right, I think I'm going to get a little bit of shut eye for the sun. Well, not the sun. I don't think it's going to be a sunny day, but before daylight breaks. Unless them rods say otherwise. So guys, at first light, I'll be seeing you again. Well, good morning. Turned out it's not a bad day. I thought it was going to be overcast, but the sun is out somewhere, kind of. So an eventful night. Got absolutely soaking wet. Changed your clothes. and we've got 2 rods up against a bivvy and only 1 still fishing. So yep, as you guessed, I did have another one. We've got 2 in the sling. So, a bit of an interesting topic. I'm fishing particle, as I said. There's no boilie in the mix. One fish was, 1 rod was literally fishing a pea fish wafter. And as I said before, the other fish, oh, nearly went in then. Hard hooker, bottom bait with a yellow topper. Now bear in mind guys, I am fishing over particle. They're all on the runners, every rig is the same, everything. That one, it's got a couple of bits of plastic maize on it. That's been out there for 48 hours on the dance floor, the area the size of a bivvy, and it hasn't gone. These 2 have gone a couple of times. So they're not picking up the fake maize, they're picking up the boilie. I'm not saying the fake maize doesn't work. What I'm saying is, the water clarity in here is absolutely crap. All the algae's come up and everything. Now out there I'm guessing it's about 8-9 foot. I'm struggling to see the bottom here in 4 foot. Can they see it? Can they see that rubber maize, plastic maize? If not, they're feeding on scent, which is why these 2 pea fish baits are producing, and that isn't. Because theoretically, over particle, with maize in it, a lot of maize in it, you would have thought that'd go, but the boilies wouldn't. So I'm guessing maybe the clarity down there on the bottom, they can't see that plastic maize. But when I reel it in, I will see if it was fishing or whether I'm weeded up with it. If it is fishing, I'm going to put it down to they're feeding on the scent. But I know one thing, that's not going back out there on maize. I'm going to put 3 out there on the boilie. Right, without any further ado, let's get these fish out. They're both quite nice actually. One's a mirror and one's a common. So yeah, let's get them up on the mat and let's have a look at them. Well guys, here we go. First one of a little flurry. This is the common. Comes in £18 exactly. Very lively because it's been in the sling for a while. The sling's absolutely full of maize and hemp, so it's been on it well. He's angry. There we go. Very long. Still, it's another one on the tally. Ah, it's got a fin missing. It's got a little tiny stubble. It's wiggling about. Right. It looks quite funny, so I thought I'll give you guys a close up of this. That little stubbly fin wiggling about. Looks like he's got a willy hanging out the side of him. Right, let's get it back, get the other one out. Well guys, I must have been half asleep when I was catching these fish. I was absolutely sure I had a mirror and a common in the sling. So anyway, just got this one out. It's another common. So I had two common last night. I don't know where I got mirror from. Maybe that was one before. Don't know. This one weighs in it at a quite impressive weight actually. 24 pound. See if he's going to behave. Well spawned out. There we go. Right. There she is. Oh. Flip it around and look at the other side. This one was taken on the hard hooker, topped off with a maize. Lovely. We'll get this one back as well. Get the spot mix going out there. Get the rods back out there. Happy days. I'll see you in a bit. Well guys, not a lot to report really. I wound the rods in about 12 o'clock. I think it's about 5 o'clock now. They're still not out. Absolutely nothing going on. So they're all stood up on the bivvy. Currently in the middle of cooking a bit of dinner. The old faithful chicken curry, of course. So yeah, I've got all three rigs going out now on the P-fish. As you can see, they're both on the P-fish barrel wafters. And that one's on a P-fish hard hooker bottom with a topped with a yellow corn. All on the Ronnie rigs. Ready to go out. So yeah, I'm in no rush to get them out. I'm going to spod some mix out after I've had some food. Which should be done. And then I'll think about getting the rods out after that. To be honest, I'm waiting for the wind to die down. It's quite windy out there. Chicken curry. So yeah, it's quite windy out there. I'm fishing braid. I don't know how many of you fish braid, but the bow you get on it's unreal. Trying to get the bow out of braid, but you need to be fishing braid on here because of the amount of weed. So yeah, not a lot happening. Just been chilling out in the bivvy most of the day, tidying up a few things, getting ready for France. So yeah, let me eat my dinner. I'll have a cup of coffee. I'll put the camera on. Right then guys, I'm going to start doing some spomming. The area that I'm aiming for is bang centre of the screen That buoy there, that's red. So I'm about 2 rod lengths shy of that. So I've got enough time to get to the rods. Because if I get a take and it goes under there and through them ropes, I could be in trouble. So here we go for the first cast. Let's see how I get on. Bearing in mind it is 28 wraps. I have got a heavy crosswind. So this is the first cast. It may not go according to plan, just because I've got to get myself sighted in for it, but we'll see. It's gone slightly to the left. Still in an okay position. There is going to be a rig there. There's a 3 rods. Right hand rod is on the buoy, and then we go left of that. So it is kind of within the baited area, but probably a bit too far left. Trouble is, sometimes I've adjusted for the wind and then the wind dies off and the spawn goes flying over to the right. It's like you can't win. That one's on the money. Don't know if you caught that on camera. I just had a pike trying to attack the spawn. I'm going to have to watch that footage back myself and have a look. So I'll do one more, guys, and then I'll wrap the spomming up for you there, because I know it's boring to watch. I do watch them on YouTube myself. On the money all day long. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there with you. I can't believe this, guys. Literally, I'll turn the camera off. That's the pike that was chasing my spawn. It nailed the spawn and I managed to land it. Wouldn't let go. Wicked creatures, aren't they? So there you go, guys. All them lures, all them dead baits. Don't worry about that. Get a spawn on your rig. There you come. Well, here we go, first one of the night. A bit later than last night, it's gone 10 o'clock. It's another common, weighs in at 18.5 pounds. So they come back on the spot anyway. Happy days. Came on the old P-fish wafter on the right hand rod. Again, massive tail on it and all. Right, we get this one back. Wait for the next one to come and say hello. Well, we've had another one, another common. Weighing in at 20 pound. Again, taken on a P-fish wafter. Give a good scrap, to be honest. Still waiting for one of them bigger ones. But if these want to keep coming all night, I'll take it. I'm happy enough, I'll take it. So both fish tonight, both come on the wafter, the dumbbell wafter. I'm still waiting for the middle rod to go, which has got the hard hooker. Right, I'm going to try and get some sleep. Every time I close my eyes to go to sleep, the rod rattles off. Right, get this one back. The rods are back out. I got them back out before I dealt with this. So yeah, get it back. I'm getting back into bed. Better luck. I'll see you again soon. So I've just put that common back, and I said I was going to go to bed. Didn't realise it's almost a full moon. Lighting up the lake. Let's hope it brings on a big one, eh? Right, now I'm getting into bed. Bloody unreal. Literally get into bed, pull the sleeping bag over me. Middle rod goes screaming off. Nice sized mirror by the look of it. Right, I'm going to deal with this quickly. I'll get it up on the mat. Looks like a better fish as well. So guys, I've just weighed that mirror. Weighs 25 pound. It's in the sling at the moment. It's 2 o'clock now. I think I'm going to wait for daylight. Daylight should break in 2 hours. So I'm going to stay awake, have a couple of coffees, have a fag, deal with the fish when it gets light, and then get some sleep. So guys, until it gets light, or I'll have another fish, I'll see you then. So guys, I've made myself a coffee, and what I've decided to do to pass the time away is I'm going to try myself a new shock leader, as the other one was getting damaged, it was stretched. So the shock leader I'm using is from Corda. It's a subline. It's tapered 40 pound to 12 pound, and I'm using braid. Whenever I'm using braid, I always use a mono shock leader. It's the safest way to fish with braid. Don't want the braid snapping. The first thing that's going to snap is 12 pound line. Braid I'm using is 18, and that's 40 pound on the cast, So it's more than enough, more than capable. So the way I tie this is going to be awkward and it's dark. And I've lost my main line. There it is. The way I tie it is a grin and knot. So get your main line, get a big loop in it. Simple as that. Get the tapered main line. What you want to do is thread that through the hoop. Give yourself plenty to work with. I'm just going to call that back. So that's just loop to loop at the moment. With the main line, where's that going? It's critical you figure out which way the line goes through the hoop. Yeah, I think this is going to be impossible for me in the dark. Right, there we go. So 7 turns with the main line down the shock leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then once you've gone 7 turns, pinch it at that point. You haven't got to worry about this hoop anymore. I can let go. With the main line, come back up 2 times. 1, 2. Now it's critical you go back through the hoop the same way that you went through. Grab both ends, just tease it down, and at this point get plenty of saliva on there. Stops them both from burning. Once you got to that, I let go of the tag ends and leave them free. Some people use gloves doing this because it can rip into your hands. Just teasing it down nice and tight. There you go. This ain't good for me because I haven't got brilliant eyesight. Getting on in my old age. Yeah, now that's pulled down lovely. So then I get a pair of scissors and just cut the tag ends off. Make sure you cut the tag ends and not your main line, otherwise you'll be starting all over again. And the same on the shock leader. I do cut mine quite tight. There's no way that should slip. And there you have a perfect knot. That won't slip. And all I do is just wind the rod up until I hit the tape because you get 12 shock leaders on a spool. So that's a new shock leader tied on. Now it's time to get it wound up on the reel. Well guys, here we go. This is the mirror I caught in the early hours at £25. There you go. Nice looking mirror. Quite dark compared to the rest of them. Again, absolutely pristine nick. Let's quickly flip it round, I'll show you the other side. There you go. £25. Right guys, let's get it back. It's been in the sling for a while. No more since this one. Right, catch you guys in a bit. Well guys, here we go. We're going into the last night now. I've actually changed the spot as well. I've come off of the spot where I've been fishing for 3 nights. I was fishing at 28 wraps. I want to see if I can find another spot or get another spot going in this swim. So I've now got all 3 rods at 17 wraps. I put 5 kilo of particle over them. So if I don't catch anything, I'm not too fussed. I've had plenty of fish on this trip. But yeah, I just want to see if I can get a second spot going in this swim. That's a lovely view. Don't get bored of looking out of here, I'll tell you. Right, well if anything happens guys, I'll put the camera back on. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Well, had my first fish off at a new spot. Still the same old story though. £20 common. But it means I've got 2 spots working now. So it's 5:10 in the morning this one's gone. So if that's the case, I've got a spot that's doing bites now at night, which I abandoned last night. I put 3 rods on the new spot. And I've got a new spot that's going to do morning bites. So with a bit of luck, the next time I jump in this swim, I'll be on a night spot and then move on to the day spot or morning spot. Quickly flip it around to see the other side. So yeah, that'll be nice if that works. Have a spot that's going to do me fish at night. Have a spot that's going to do me fish in the morning. The night spot did dry up before dark, well before light fell. Happy days. Right, let's get it back. Still time for another one. Wicked. Well, that's it for me from this session. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you would, just give us a share. I want to try and get a few more subscribers, that'd be nice. Barra's all packed up, ready to go. So I'll see you again in about 4 weeks when I get back from France. hopefully it'll be an awesome video. Until then guys, you take care and tight lines.